Alrighty, guys, welcome and hello to another episode of the happiest podcast on YouTube. We thank you all for joining us this evening. Moving along towards tonight, we have some very special guests to talk to, and at any time during tonight's stream, you are more than welcome to stop us at any time for discussion. Also, make sure if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button if you are brand new, and please consider subscribing as well as sharing us out to all of our fellow Disney and theme park fans, which is all free to do. So let's get started. So starting off, we have some very special guests joining us this evening. Please help me welcome. Please help me welcome Nick from Ear to Their Travel and John Corndog. Welcome
Hey
in,
guys.
guys.
Hi.
Hope you all are doing well. Please tell me, or well, tell our viewers where they can find you and any new content too that is coming up.
John, you go first.
I really don't have too much. I started a channel called Chasing Smiles TV, and I really disliked how I launched that, so I'm going to be reimagining that. So nothing to promote just yet. Soon, though. Soon.
Well, I'm your favorite travel agent with Amusement Park Pirates. I've been a travel agent for 4 years, 5 years now. Former 15-year Disney cast member. If I can't make magic while in the parks, make magic and help families plan their vacations.
Very nice. And Matthew.
All right, guys, you can follow me on Instagram at MP in Orlando and check me out. And I do this is like my personal account, so I do Disney and all the other accounts for my posts. So check that out, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Magic with Matthew. And I'll be doing some other podcasts next Tuesday. I'll be doing a recap from D23. That what's been announced, and for TV shows and movies in the parks. And you also can follow me on Facebook, Matthew Perdomo, and then TikTok is MP0Basketball3.
Very nice. And you can find me on Amusement Park Pirates on YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, and so much more. Plus, you can find us on the Disney Streamer Network as well, which we are on right now as we speak. So thank you for checking us out. I see we got some friends in the chat, so let's welcome them in here. So we have Tyler Broody, first chatter in the chat here. We have Murray's Adventures is here as well. Welcome in. He cannot wait to see what is new. We got Tommy Cash Attack. Welcome in. We got Jim Wilson. Greetings. We got John Corndog also in chat. Welcome in. We got Tonio Tower. And we in here. We got Manny Uncanny. He just came and say hello. Well, thank you so much, Manny. Greatly appreciate you. Let's see. Lisa Chandler Videos, welcome in. Let's see. Radiant Shelby is here. Welcome in. Nick from Ear to There is here as well in the chat. Double duty. We got let's see, another Tyler Broody. We got Monks Disney Strolls. Welcome in, Monks. Good to see you. We got Buzz Lightyear fan in here. Welcome in, Buzz. And we have Gigi Hollow Queen as well popping in. Welcome in. She says, hi, APPN group. Welcome in. We got CJL is in the house. Welcome in, CJL. Good to see you. We got a new subscriber, Debbie Burnfield. Welcome, Debbie,
Yay.
to the Amusement Park Pirates community. Thank you so much. We got Dragon Blood popping in. We got it in. He says, hey, APP, welcome. All right, so we got a good group of folks joining and cannot wait to see our predictions for tomorrow's panel. So let's get into it, shall we? And I also see we got Park Bros. Lawrence, good to see you in here, sir. Welcome. Let's see. All right, so let's kick things off with some predictions, shall we? Now, again, for all of you listening at home, these are not exactly true. These are just fan predictions and, in general, so just want to make it clear. I also want to welcome in Patrick Julian as well. He just popped in. Welcome, Patrick. Okay. So here we go, guys. Oops. There's Murray. Welcome in again. All right, so let's do some predictions. So, first things first, there are 3 levels of predictions that we are going to give tonight. One that is the first one being 100% guaranteed going to be announced. This is the announcements that they are definitely going to be announcing tomorrow. The second level is 50-50, so maybe there's a chance that they may kind of involve or in between, or could go even bigger and broader. There might be a wild card and rumor to be announced tomorrow. So, and I also see we got Stephen Kenyon, welcome in. We also have Gloria Thibodeau as well. Welcome in to you guys as well. So let's get into it with Nick. Nick, you can start us off with your predictions, starting with the OG park, my hometown, Disneyland.
Oh boy, you
So
have
what do you
have
got?
to throw that one at me first, don't you? But yeah, I mean, we all hear the whole thing with Avatar. That was kind of announced today on some things, so that is definitely coming. People Mover needs to come back, most definitely. When they removed that to replace with rocket rods back in the late '90s, early 2000s, that was the biggest mistake they've ever done. But that needs to come back to you guys. That is the best one out there, in my opinion. I mean, Disney World's good, but nothing can beat Disneyland's version. It needs to come back, and it has to come back.
Right. Matthew or John, what are your thoughts on possibly seeing some Avatar announcements and maybe a return for the People Mover? Start with John first, then go to
Yeah,
Matthew.
that People Mover has to return. It's a staple, and ever since it's been gone, I've been hearing the Disneyland people complain that it needs to be there. I think you guys still have the track there, right? It just looms over the Tomorrowland like a ghost.
Yeah, track is still there. They just can't remove it because it's just like Disney's. It's just like Disney World's. It goes in the attractions.
Wow. So it should be simple to bring it back then. If they already have the track and maybe some infrastructure improvements, yeah, definitely bring that back. I'm a Disney World guy, and so I don't have too much information about Disneyland, but that's the rumbling that I hear, that People Mover has to be coming back. The only thing I see a problem with that is it dated? Can they bring it back new, or do they have to bring it back in its original state, just legacy? Nick.
As much as I would love to have them be brought back as OG and Legacy, they're gonna have to bring it up. The track's been sitting there for 20 years plus, having nothing done to it. And when they did Rocket Rods, if you're not familiar with that, they pretty much just took the train, took them vehicles from the People Mover, slapped these other godforsaken things on there, and did not even bank the tracks on the curb. So you're going fast, and then all of a sudden you have to come down to a hard brake to make a turn, and then you speed back up again, and that's what ruined it. I mean, that's what killed it. So there are some structural things on there that they're gonna have to replace, but it needs to happen. I don't care what they do. Use that money that they set aside for the next 10 years to put that.
So no 20-foot drop? No? Just bring it back?
No 20-foot drop, no.
All right. How about you, Matthew? What are your thoughts on Nick's predictions?
Oh yeah, I totally agree. People Mover should come back. And my perspective, it's been abandoned for like 20 plus years, and I've read about this and the whole structure of People Mover. That was like Walt's built, and I'm hoping if it does come back, if they do announce it, if it's going to make its return, I'll be happy if it does make its return. And speaking of People Mover, Avatar, I have no interest of Avatar replacing Monsters Inc. To the rescue. I have no interest, but the ride vehicles would look very interesting, but no interest of the land at all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the People Mover at Disney World, I've seen a lot of people ride it. And I mean, I've been pretty much looking over at the People Mover track going, I mean, even just yesterday at D23 day when shout out Sierra Cruise and Theme Park Guide announced that let's go ride the People Mover, but I know that it was a joke, and I was going there like, would it be really cool tomorrow seeing that whoever announces Disneyland precisely, what if People Mover does come back, but in like a newer version, if you will?
If People Mover comes back, the crowd's going to erupt. I mean, that's
right.
Because it's been that way for it's been on people's minds for the last 20 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's still a really big hit. It's still a really big hit here in Magic Kingdom as well. The lines are always super long for it. So people love the People Mover. They do.
Absolutely. Before we move on, I wanted to catch up with the chat here. We have Fox Love Fairy in the house. Welcome in. He says, her D23 is huge, Pirate Hay. Welcome in, Fox Love Fairy. We got Debbie Bernfeld is in here. She says, hello, my dearest friends. I apologize for being late to the party. No worries, the party is just getting started, Debbie. And we also got a 2-cent jewel from Lisa Chandler Video. She sent a star. Thank you so much, Lisa. Throw some hearts in the chat for Lisa. Thank you so much once again. Let's see. And then Tyler says, do people believe the track is broken beyond repair? This could be for anybody.
I think it is. I mean, there are some spots they're going to have to redo, but I mean, the biggest thing was those curves, was the slight curves on there. Those parts need to be done, and going over some of the areas, it's all overgrown with the trees. I mean, there's going to be some major work on it, but I think if they want to do right by the guests and Walt's original vision, it has to. I keep saying it like a broken record, but it has to come back. I don't care what they do. It has to come back.
Right. All right. Let's move on to Walt Disney World. So, Nick, what are your predictions for the D23 Parks panel for Walt Disney World?
There's the rumors that Space Mountain is going to go down for a major refurb. Are they going to keep it the two side by side tracks, or are they going to make it more along the lines of Disneyland's, where it's the single track? Um, Personally, I love to see the side by side aspect of it. Um, you know, so that's we'll see what happens with that one. With the Thunder Mountain coming back online, they can now take another hit as far as a capacity people eater is concerned. Um, Whatever they do, bring back the um, walkway at the end of Space Mountain. I mean that was the best thing ever, and you have your photos taken, on the screens and everything else as you're coming out of the attraction. That was probably one of my favorite parts anyway. Um, but yeah, I mean between that, Monsters Inc. will probably get a timeline on opening for that one. Same thing with Tropical Americas and Piston Peak. We did get some additional concept on what's going on with Piston Peak, so we'll probably see that one come out in 28, 29 time frame. If we don't get anything as far as Piston Peak's concerned, we'll probably see it next year at Destination D. That's every off year at Magic Kingdom. Fifth Gate, would love to see a Fifth Gate. It's on the master plan for the next 20 years. Are we going to get it? Are we going to get an announcement? That's the wild card. That's the rumor. I mean, there's been a Fifth Gate rumored for 20 plus years, and that Fifth Gate was always supposed to be villains. So now that they have a villains themed land coming to Magic Kingdom, who knows what they're going to do? And then Spaceship Earth, there was supposed to be refurbed, major renovation pre-COVID, didn't happen. I know it just came back from a small, slight renovation a year ago, but it needs to be changed. I mean, the story of communication can only be so much, but make it to where it's storytelling instead of the communication side.
Very nice. So, John Corndog, what are your thoughts on Nick's predictions for Disney World?
Well, first off, the Space Mountain announcement, I think that's got to be coming, if not tomorrow, then very, very soon. That ride needs some love. I know over in Disneyland, you guys have the Matterhorn, which you call the backcracker. We have our own backcracker, and that's Space Mountain. So roller coaster technology has advanced so far since this was renovated. What it was like 17 years ago since they've renovated it. So that ride could be so much smoother. I don't know if they keep the dual tracks or if they just go to one track. One thing that I think they need to do is go to the two-seat ride vehicles, side-by-side two-seat ride vehicles. So that would probably facilitate one track. I would like to see them really go after some innovations as far as the ride experience. I think they can draw a lot off of what they did with Cosmic Rewind, projections and stuff like that. Not a lot of room inside of Space Mountain to do a big, huge show, but elements of Cosmic Rewind, projections, maybe some flashes and stuff like that.
I mean, make it like they're doing with Tokyo. I mean, we just got the new name for the Space Mountain Tokyo Earthrise. So, don't do it as a full demo and rebuild. I mean, I'd love to see that, but that tower is so iconic when you're coming through around the monorail. So
exactly, and I think that the Earthrise is going to have the two-seat vehicles, from what I saw. I think I saw the actual vehicles. So I think they can do some really exciting things for that. But the kind of things that need to be done are very foundational. Replacing the track and instituting any additions they want to do. That would mean Space Mountain would be down for about a year plus, if not close to 2 years. That's a big hit. I mean, that's a fan favorite is Space Mountain. So losing it for a while, but build that anticipation up for what you're going to do with it when it reopens.
And you're also going to lose People Mover too while it's down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you can't reroute that. You can't. Or they might do something like what they did with Buzz, where they put up the walls, put up the screens to block it. I don't know if they'd actually have to address the track for the People Mover to do the renovations that they need to do. So they might just scrim it up.
Well, I do know that on your guys' People Mover at Walt Disney World, you guys go under that huge ship under Space Mountain.
Starport
That part
77.
might be way closed down. Like, you would need a lot of like scrim or scaffold, if you will, to cover it up, if you will. I was just thinking in my head, going like, you guys have two sections where it shows Space Mountain. I wonder if you could possibly cover up that huge spaceship that you go through, and then just have the walls that facing the track covered up as well. That's what I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah, you have that first integration is directly in the show building, but I think the second one that you see on People Mover, it's just going on the outskirts of the building, so that can just be walled off, so you don't see anything going on there. The real trick would be the first instance where you're going up and you see the ride vehicles going up on the sides. So I hope they can do it though. Another point he brought up was the Spaceship Earth renovation. It was down for a minute. It really was a quick renovation that they did last year. I think that was just touch ups, is what that was. But it does need some updating. The first half of the ride is still great, but the second half of the ride, there's a lot of dead space. There's just nothing going on in the second half of the ride. So they have some opportunities to update it and make some additions in the second half of the ride.
Matthew, what are your thoughts on Nick's predictions here for Disney World?
Absolutely. I totally agree with John and Nick. And I'll have to say, like, the scrim and, the covering of the, when you go into the Space Mountain on People Mover. So I'm thinking they just cover up with the scrim, and when they do a refurbishment, if they do announce it tomorrow. So it's just my prediction. So, and also the Monsters Inc. I'm thinking they could put. I think they could put Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor in Hollywood Studios, where the old Muppet Vision 3D used to be. So that's
we
my
did
prediction.
get something. We did get something for the Globe. It just released a little bit earlier this evening.
Yeah, that's all. Yes, for the Globe. Yep. And hoping for a fifth gate and Spaceship Earth. Yeah, it needs a refurb, like badly. And there's a lot of dead ends. Every time I ride Spaceship Earth, and there's some dead ends that needs to be added. So like, I don't want to see a dead end and then not see like, covering of the scrim with the hidden animatronics that are covered. So those are just my predictions. So to like add something that's not in the dead end of Spaceship Earth. And I would like to get more info for Tropical and Piston Peak.
Yeah, my thoughts on all this stuff. You know that tomorrow Piston Peak is going to be the biggest announcement for tomorrow. Because earlier today, over at the Imagineering Pavilion, they showcased a full-scale model. And I mean, I'm talking like
That was beautiful.
huge full-scale model of Piston Peak coming to the Magic Kingdom, which, without a doubt, will definitely be announced tomorrow. I would say also a little bit of Tropical Americas as well. Monsters Inc. definitely, because on that newspaper, when the Disney Parks blog shared it, it was column 8, section 15, which is basically tomorrow, August 15th. So I'm kind of leaning towards the hint or the rumor that we might be getting some new details for Monsters Inc. tomorrow. As far as Space Mountain is concerned, following the rumors that Space Mountain could possibly be renovated, I would agree with Nick and John that there would have to be something confirmed, whether it might be the track layout or just the facade work. But definitely that would mean that the People Mover would have to be either that section would not be announced by whoever does the narration, or the People Mover would have to be closed indefinitely. And I'm sure we all would need a People Mover ride, especially at Magic Kingdom as well. So, and then as far as the Spaceship Earth renovation, like Matthew was saying, I've seen on streams where there was some animatronic kind of problems, and just the entire ride in general. I'm not sure when the last time that Spaceship Earth had a refurbishment, but it's time. It's time for a big refurbishment for Spaceship Earth. And then the fifth gate. I'm sure we have not talked about that. It has been rumors and speculation for the past who knows how long. Which I would say that might be a wild card as well. That you guys at Walt Disney World are going to be having a fifth gate. So,
And
we'll see.
I just brought something up that was announced. That's been being seen all throughout the day with Neil Patrick Harris and Figment. Is he going to be taking over the Dreamfinder role as far as voices? And does that mean we are going to finally go back to or get rid of the current iteration of Imagination? And are we
Yes,
going to
that
go
too.
back to to the way it was before everything took place back in the early 2000s? So we have that. And then what are we going to do with the Wonders of Life Pavilion? Because that was supposed to be a play pavilion pre-COVID. Well, didn't happen, but there's still been work on it. So what are we going to do with what's that going to happen? What are we going to get with that? Hopefully, we'll get some announcements as far as those are concerned.
Yeah. Before we move on, I just wanted to welcome in Felix Gomez. He says, "Hi, my friends, AVP, Matthew, Tony, Patrick, Julian. But always great to see you guys. Welcome in, Felix Gomez. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us today. Let's see. All right. And then Tyler says Space Mountain speed ramp such as an underappreciated People Mover. Yeah. Especially that, Tyler. All right, guys. Moving on to our last segment for Nick. Let's talk about Nick's international park predictions. So Paris, Hong Kong, Shanghai, cruise line, all that jazz. So here we go. Take it away, Nick.
We all heard the big announcement of Abu Dhabi last year. Is it still on the books? possibly will it continue? Who knows with the geopolitical climate going on right now, especially in that side of the world. So I'm going to throw that as a toss up. That's going to be a wild card. We don't know what's going to happen with that. Paris, they just got a brand new land. I don't see anything new coming out of that one. Same thing with Hong Kong and Shanghai. Haven't really heard much from that side. In Tokyo, we have the new Space Mountain, pretty much the brand new tomorrow, and that's going to be opening up either late next year or early 2028. So we have that, and then cruise line, the Disney Believe, that's supposedly launching late 27. So are we going to get an inaugural sail date for that? Which, if we do, it'd be great because, yeah, I mean, a new ship, new fresh ship. Can't wait to see what happens with it.
Very nice. So, John Corndog, anything else you want to say about Nick's predictions? What are your thoughts?
What they have announced for the Abu Dhabi, really excited for, but it's such a weird area to be building in. I don't want to get political at all, but it's a weird area to be building in. So hopefully that comes off without a hitch. The new Space Mountain looks amazing in Tokyo Disney from what they've shown us so far in concept art and design. Really excited for that, and I hope that can be a driver for the Magic Kingdom Space Mountain. So that's what I got for that.
Very nice. And then Matthew.
Absolutely, I agree with John. The new Space Mountain that looks phenomenal. I loved it. I love the concept art for Space Mountain. Sorry, and I really enjoy that. And Abu Dhabi, it looks interesting, but not quite more info just yet. I'm thinking for the Abu Dhabi when they have more details and more of the rides and the lands over there in Abu Dhabi in Saudi Arabia. So I'm thinking if they put some rides, it's just like Fantasyland with different rides and Tomorrowland. I'm thinking the same. So possibly they can do like probably do a different rides in those lands. And in Hong Kong, not really, not as much over there. So I know they just announced a Spider-Man ride. I think. Oh no, that's in Tokyo. Sorry. And Paris, I know what Nick said. It's the land that just opened up, so nothing is going to be announced. And I want to get more info about the Lion King attraction.
Very nice. For my thoughts on Nick's predictions here, as far as Abu Dhabi is concerned, like what Nick said, I do not want to be political or anything as well, because this is a family-friendly channel. That I believe that Abu Dhabi, we might be getting a name at least a reveal name. Not anything like going in the details like rides or anything like that. Maybe just a name change instead of having us say like Disney Abu Dhabi or Disneyland Abu Dhabi. As far as Paris, I do agree on Matthew with the Lion King attraction, which same as Up attraction as well. That's also coming next year. For Hong Kong, I do know that there is a new Avengers Tower attraction, kind of similar to Mission Breakout, coming over there. And then Shanghai has the Spider-Man attraction. So maybe some extra details there. Maybe that's a 50-50. And then, of course, like everybody mentioned, the Space Mountain info. Like when is it going to open next year? Like at least an opening date per se. So, all right. Let me catch up with chat here. We have Felix says, didn't Spaceship Earth just recently go through a refurbishment of some kind already, I believe? Felix, to my knowledge, last October, or closed last year and then opened up last October as well. So,
It was very short. It was very short, so they didn't do too much.
yeah. And then Tyler Broody says, before we move on, he says, does anyone see any transportation-based announcements? I'm not sure what you meant, Tyler, but
He might be referring to, there is a rumor that monorail to Animal Kingdom is a possibility. I don't think that they're going to do that. That's a long way
That's
from there.
that's been debunked numerous times.
Yeah.
Because when they
Yeah.
initially did the monorail, it cost about, well, in today's dollars, it'd be about $1 million a mile just for the track. And we need the new Mark 8 monorails that Disneyland has. I mean, these Mark 4, Mark 5s are 30, 40 years old. Now I have heard rumors that they can extend out or do a spur line for the Skyline that connects Animal Kingdom and Disney Springs. So we can see we'll see what happens. I mean, I love the Skyliner. It's probably one of the better transportation modes that they have. But I would love to see something going over to Animal Kingdom just because it's so far out, and then going over
Yeah.
to Disney Springs, kind of connect everything together.
Yeah. Animal Kingdom's kind of on an island by itself as far as the transportation network in Disney. So, and that park closes early, so you get a flood of people coming out of that park and having to go back into the rest of the complex. So they do need something, but a monorail is just way, way over the top. They can't do it. And plus, there's problems with the ground as well, building those pylons to support the monorail.
yeah. All right. Moving on to Mr. Corndog. What you got, sir, as far as Disneyland?
Well, for Disneyland and California Adventures, of course, we're going to get a lot of information about Avatar. We should be seeing a lot of concept art and designs, and maybe some information about how they're going to do uh, the construction. So, looking forward to that. Um, Disneyland, I like I said, I'm a Walt Disney guy, so all the information that I get about Disneyland just comes dribbling into me. I do apologize about that. Yeah.
No worries. And before we move on to thoughts from my Nick, Matthew, and myself, Lawrence said that the Spaceship Earth work was a maintenance-only project last year. So that means, I know Tony said that does a maintenance-only project mean? It means that any touch-ups with paint or any of the animatronics, mostly, I think that's what it might mean. But Nick, what are your thoughts on Disneyland for John's predictions for tomorrow?
Well, like John, I mean, I'm Disney World, so I get a lot of my stuff from from what we see online. Uh, but Avatar, what kind of attractions and land is that going to be? I know it's supposed to be themed to the second movie, um, with in regards to the water aspect of it. As far as entertainments and attraction enhancements, Disneyland Forward is moving forward. So what are we going to see when it comes to that aspect of it? Where are they going to do as far as you know just different aspects of the resort when it comes to that. Um, and then honestly, I can't wait for the new Iron Man Avengers attractions to open up over there.
Yeah, you guys are lucky over there. You get the actual Avengers.
Mhm.
I hope that Universal and Disney can come out with a deal to get the main Avengers characters into Walt Disney World. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Let's see. And then Matthew, what are your thoughts on John's predictions here?
Honestly, I
No, we
agree.
talked recently. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, my mistaken. Also, I think I agree with Nick and John, because I'm also a Walt Disney World guy. So I grew up in Florida, so I think for the Avatar land, I think the part of the second movie, I think it's gonna be it looks good, and I know I mentioned earlier, I'm Adventures, but I think with the boat ride and this new other attraction, I don't know when we get that new detail, probably tomorrow. So I want to look into that. So I like the boat ride. It looks like kind of like the one in the Pirates of the Caribbean in Shanghai. It looks like kind of like a similar boat ride. So that's what I'm predicting. So and you guys got lucky with the Avengers, because I wish we had the Avengers here in Florida at Walt Disney. It would have been great at Hollywood Studios for the Avengers Campus over there. So imagine if what John said, like with Disney and Universal with the Avengers. So just my thought.
There's still hope. Back in the day, I didn't think Sony was going to allow Spider-Man into the MCU, but we were wrong about that one too. So hopefully Universal and Disney can work something out and they can profit share a little bit off of what that's going to make.
Absolutely. And like all you guys said, I mean, Avatar updates, or as far as Avatar is concerned, um, I am very looking forward to the boat ride for Avatar. I think it'll be probably 50% announced, I would say, or at least mentioned. And definitely excited for that. Pretty much going to lean heavily on this second one. Attraction enhancements and new entertainment for next year in 2028. Which a little sneak peek at my announcement or predictions later. We need new entertainment at the Disneyland Resort because I won't pretty much go into that because I will be talking about it a little later when I do my predictions. But I just wanted to mention we need new entertainment first and foremost. Ever since the pandemic, we've been lacking entertainment, and so I feel like they should make a comeback. As far as attraction enhancements, I would say that um, I think the Buzz Lightyear attraction needs some upgrades. I think what else? I think I forgot. Um, but anyways, um, but yeah, definitely some exciting stuff. We got David T in the house. Welcome in. He says, "Hello, folks. How are we doing?" Welcome in, David T. Good to see you in here. All right, let's continue with John's predictions about Disney World. What do you got, John?
It's a lot. Oh, look at that page. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so this is my wheelhouse, so I'm going to take a minute here. Piston Peak News, been getting a lot of information. Last May, they came out with the basic map drawing of the layout. But over the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of new information about Piston Peaks, like the model, the scale model that you brought up earlier. That thing is so incredibly detailed. You actually get to see the faces on the car rides. That's how detailed that model is. It's amazing. It looks beautiful. 2 waterfalls in the land. The way they structured the landscape in there, very exciting. You do get a glimpse at the second ride. It's a flat ride, but you can't really tell what's going on there. It's just vehicles sitting on this blank space. So there's still some information they can release about that second ride. It's going to be amazing. When they closed Tom Sawyer's Island down, I was a mess. I was just devastated. Rivers of America, Liberty Bell. But to see what they're doing with that area is amazing. I think it's going to be so much fun. We're going to get a lot more information tomorrow about that. Villains Land, we need a lot of information about Villains Land. A lot. This thing has been in secrecy for a while, so we need to get some real solid information. 2 rides, one that we're pretty sure of, and another we have no idea about. Hopefully we get some information tomorrow about that. And I'm looking forward to them announcing either a quick serve dining in Villains Land, or more excitingly, a lounge in Disneyland, in Villains Land. So lounges are becoming a lot more popular in the parks right now because, especially in that Florida heat, you just want to get out of the sun. You might not want to eat, but you need to get out of the sun, sit down, relax, cool off, have a drink, enjoy some ambiance and atmosphere. That's what I'm hoping that they bring to Villains Land. So we're looking forward to that. Space Mountain Retheme, we already covered that, so I'm going to probably skip over that. It needs it. Monsters Land. This is going to be exciting because they're taking it to where right after the first movie, and they're inviting people into the Monsters Land. And so it's going to be exciting and fun, and they're going to be inviting, and we're going to get a lot more information about how that land is being built and what plans they have for that. Tropical Americas is kind of a dark space for me. I'm not really sure. I'm not getting into it from what I've seen so far. I think it's a little bit superfluous. I hope they can do something magical with it. It's Disney, so give them the chance to do that. This is my big one. Journey to the Imagination Retheme. I am a huge Monty Python fan, so when Eric Idle did this, I was so happy. He was perfect. But it's aged. He's not it anymore. He's not in the conversation. He's not in the zeitgeist. And so having Neil Patrick Harris with the light bulb above his head in the promo, that leads me to believe that Neil Patrick Harris is hosting for a reason. I think he's going to be the new host of the experience. Spaceship Earth overhaul. Definitely, like I said, the second half of that ride is just a snooze fest. They need something in the second half of that ride as you're coming down. Carousel of Progress, of course, we're getting a great renovation on that. This is one of those rides that can really outdate itself just naturally as we progress through time, and it's shown that. And so I think the first 4 acts of the old Carousel of Progress can be smushed down into 1 act. They're going to be adding the 60s, and then we can get into more modern stuff for now, and maybe even having the last scene projecting into the future. I think he's still going to burn that turkey, though. New in the park resort. Now, once they've done Lakeshore Lodge, they have an opportunity to do what they've been talking about and having the first uh, resort that empties out directly into a park. The most room that they have that for is just north of Epcot, maybe behind the Mexican Pavilion. I'm thinking they can repurpose that area where there's a lot of buildings and make a resort that you can go directly down into Epcot. So I'm hoping they can flesh that out. It's been talked about for a couple of years now. This is nothing new, but it just they haven't made an announcement about it. So hopefully we get to see something like that.
Very nice. And then before we go into thoughts, I wanted to welcome in really quickly. Let's see. Let me catch up with chat here. We have Disney Magic and Mayhem is here. Welcome in, Richard. He says, "Ka-chow. Good evening, everyone. Ka-chow to you as well." Thank you, or welcome in, Richard. Let's see. We have Kimberly Park World Radio is in here. Welcome in. She says, "Hey, everyone." Welcome in, Kimberly. Great to see you in here. Felix says, "If you lost me at the Disney folks have lost their minds, probably have spent too much time in the sun." LOL. Oh my gosh, Felix. Let's see. And then Tony says, "I for high hopes for the new Carousel of Progress voice actors and costumes." Very nice. Oops. Hang on. Let's see. And then we have a question from Tyler. He says, "John Corndog, does SEC Spaceship Earth overhaul include a new sponsor?"
Well, of course, Disney, if they do get some sponsorship offers, they're not going to turn it down. But it is a great opportunity to bring in a sponsor. You have that whole second half of the ride to drive promotion. And so, being a communication themed, AT&T and Sprint and everybody like that, they should be lining up at the door to say, "Hey, give us some love in the second half of this ride, and we will give you some money to do the refurb." So, yeah.
And then Kimberly says, "I'm excited to see what they do with Carousel of Progress." Kimberly also says a hotel at Epcot would be cool. They mentioned plans for that at one point. That would be pretty cool as well, Kimberly.
Yeah, that idea has been bouncing around for a couple of years.
All right. So let's go start off with Nick. What are your thoughts about Disney World? John's Walt Disney World
So
predictions.
I'm gonna start going from the bottom. That in park resorts. When I worked in the parks back in the early 2000s, the initial retheme of Epcot was initially called Project Omega, and part of that retheme project was to have a hotel that emptied into the park itself. And that hotel was actually going to go up in the front of the park where the parking lot is, and they were going to move some things around over there, and then have its own back entrance between the land and the living seas, which was also going to be rethemed as the beach. So when you have where the land meets the seas, then you have the beach. So that was going to be a whole theme area for that. But I'd love to see them do something like with the Grand Helios over at Epic, and do a villains themed hotel and put it right back there as part of Phase 2 of Villains Land. I think that would be the best bang for your buck. Because if you go over to Epcot, behind the Mexican Pavilion, there's a lot of offices, there's a lot of infrastructure that's got to be moved around. Whereas if you build it behind Haunted Mansion area and everything like there, it's all open land. So I think that if they're going to do something like that, I think that would be where they would put it. Carousel Progress, I'm all for, change on that one. Yes, it does outdate itself rather quickly. We all thought it was great when the turn of the century came around and they had the newer scene with all the automations, with the automated homes and stuff like that. That was great, but 3 years later, that was already our future. So now, they definitely do something that has that future proofs it for quite a while. With Journey into Imagination, with everything going on, with Neil Patrick Harris being, heavily forecast and heavily promoted these last couple of days, I think something's going to happen with that. And then Pistons Peak, it was a loss for Tom Sawyer's Island. It was a loss for Rivers of America. It was a loss for the Liberty Bell. But what I love to see when they brought showed the flat ride attraction for that is they're bringing back Harper's Ferry. They're bringing back the water wheel for it. So with everything going on, with all the kinetic energy that's going to be going on in Piston Peak, with the waterfalls, the geysers, just everything, it hurt to see that part of that history go, but in all honesty, I think it's going to be for the better, because it's going to bring a lot more movement to that side of the park where there really wasn't anything.
Yeah, and losing Tom Sawyer's Island was difficult, because when Walt first flew over that Orlando area for the Florida project, that's the first thing he brought up when he looked down there. There's my Tom Sawyer's Island, when he was looking at what was now called Discovery Island. So losing that's harsh for a lot of us old folk.
I can't remember the last time I went over to Tom Sawyer's Island. It's been probably about 15 years, just because it's so difficult to get over there anyway.
Yeah. But at least, Disneyland's is still going strong, at least. We still have our Fantasmic, and that is also doing well too, so. But I agree with you guys that it was really hard to say goodbye to your Tom Sawyer's Island, but at least you guys cannot wait for Piston Peak, at least. So so let's see, Matthew, what are your thoughts on these predictions here with John Corndog?
Absolutely agree. Totally agree with the Tom Sawyer's Island. Getting rid of hours instead of Disneyland's. I wish Tom Sawyer's Island was strong and put some more stuff in there, and put Cars Land somewhere in Magic Kingdom, and Villains Land. That makes sense to put right next to Haunted Mansion, so that makes sense. So I absolutely agree with that. And also, Tom Sawyer's Island was it was a fan favorite to everyone else, but I didn't really like it too much. So that's just my
fan favorite, but nobody went.
Yeah,
especially when Aunt Polly's kept shutting down. When that was open, from park open, park closed 7 days a week, that was great. And then when it went to seasonal, that's when things started really going downhill over there. Because Aunt Polly's was the best quick service restaurant, hands down. Magic Kingdom, I don't care what people say.
The ambiance, yeah.
And also I agree with the Villains Land. More information if they do add a lounge like the DVC lounge. I would likely go in there and stay out of the heat of the Florida heat. So, and absolutely, and Tropical Americas too. So definitely looking forward to it. And I think Indiana Jones is looking pretty good, and on the inside of where the former dinosaur attraction used to be. So it's my perspective. And with Neil Patrick Harris with Journey into Imagination Retheme.
Exactly. Let's keep continuing on here with catching up with the chat. Kimberly says a villain's hotel is a great idea. Very nice, especially with the new Villains Land that is coming. They might announce that. Foxglove Fairy saying good night. Thank you so much, Foxglove. Hope to see you next time, my friend. David T says, I hope they get the Liberty Bell back in MK in some fashion. Walt made his decision to place the Mark Twain and Liberty Bell in the parks while he was researching in Cincinnati to build Disneyland. Tony says, bring back full-length Journeys Through Imagination. Tyler says, the only place for an Epcot hotel is between the International Gateway and the Epcot main gate. A connection between the two is vital consensual locations from a park-wide perspective. Kimberly says, I agree, sad to see it go, but I'm sure the new stuff will be great. Absolutely, Kimberly. Kimberly also says that Indiana Jones looks like it will be amazing. I'm so sad to lose Dinosaur for it. Absolutely, I agree. And that's it for chat. So let's continue. Oh, we got a question for all of y'all. We got Felix asking, how long was Aunt Polly's closed for good before the final curtain fell in Tom Sawyer's Island? Anyway, guys.
Felix, you're probably looking 10 years plus. I don't think it really ever recovered after the crash in 2007, 2008, 2009. And then it went seasonal. But yeah, you're looking at 10 plus years from when it was actually full time open.
Yeah, and Disney has a history of doing that. They did that to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That was in limbo for a good 12 years before they finally said, yeah, it's not coming back.
And they did the same thing with Stitch's Great Escape, which, in all honesty, when you removed extraterrestrial, the alien aspect of it, and put Stitch in there, it wasn't as good. It wasn't as great.
Yeah.
All right. So let's continue on here. Let's talk about John's international parks predictions. So take it away.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi would love some more information. I kind of poo-pooed on that region being viable, but really, you look at what's going on in Dubai. They've got several theme parks that are flourishing. So it's not necessarily the region; it's just the region right now. I think is weird. I'd like to get some more information about this to get excited about it. And hopefully we will learn something tomorrow about that. Maybe they can give us some details about what they have planned. Also, for the cruise lines, this is right up Nick's alley. I've been hearing about adding some new destinations. One of the most popular ones that I keep on hearing about is Japan. Japan is a little bit out of the way for a West Coast, or I'm sorry, an East Coast departure. But if they can get a port in on the West Coast, they can look at Japan as a viable new destination for one of their ships. More realistically, I've also heard Spain as a possible new destination for the Disney Cruise Lines. So looking forward, maybe you can get some more information about that tomorrow.
Very nice. Nick or Matthew, anything you want to add to John's predictions here?
I mean, Abu Dhabi, we've discussed that in length, so I don't really have much to say on that one. I would love to see it. happen. I'd just get some information on it, but only time will tell. As far as the destinations are concerned for the cruise lines, if the only one I can see going to Tokyo, if that was being rumored out, would be the Adventure, because that already ports out that already comes out of Singapore, and um, there's no ports on that ship. It's just an ocean voyage. Spain, there are some already out there for Spain, Barcelona, when you do the transatlantic cruises over there. So that's when you're looking at the um, European itineraries. When everything moves over for the seasonality, that's already there for it. Um, are we going to see some other ones in the Caribbean, Bahamas, Mexico, Western Caribbean, East, that type stuff? Hopefully, because I would love to see new destinations come online with the cruise lines.
I do see it's me, David T, saying that DCL already has a ship going to Tokyo. I did not know about this.
Me neither. So let's talk about that. What are your guys' thoughts on DCL coming to Tokyo?
I've just heard it as a rumor for now. I might be wrong. I'm most likely wrong because I've been hearing rumors about it coming.
Yeah, I don't see anything on Tokyo, but that's but we'll see.
Yeah, David, if you know something, let us know in chat.
And then Matthew, what are your thoughts about these two being a possibility for tomorrow for international parks?
Honestly, I think we have more information about Abu Dhabi, so I know we explained it, so I'm gonna have to skip over for that. But honestly, the cruise line, I did not know about what David T said about the Tokyo cruise line for Disney. I did not know about it. I thought it was just a rumor. My perspective, I thought it was just a rumor, but no. I did not hear about that Disney announced that they were going to put a cruise ship going to Tokyo. So that's just my prediction. My honest thought. Sorry, not my prediction, but I'm thinking in my way. Like, if it's good, then I'll go on a cruise line to Tokyo.
All right, so I just got a private message from Nick. He says that a 13-night eastbound transatlantic from Port Canaveral to Barcelona, not seeing anything from Tokyo. So, so far it's just a rumor. And like Park Bros was saying, he says that the rumor is Adventure will move over to Japan. OLC will be getting their own ship at some point as well.
Okay.
Let's see. And then for my thoughts on everything, we already talked about Abu Dhabi, but as far as the new destinations, I would say that Tokyo would have to be in the mix. Spain as well, like what you guys said. Maybe even Australia too, if they haven't already done it. If Disney Cruise Line has not been there yet. Maybe some Australia, New Zealand. Even explore more of South America or even the Arctic, possibly. But
those are popular.
So, or even Africa too. That would be nice. Kimberly says, I want more info on the castle for Abu Dhabi. It looks amazing in the concept art. I agree. Tyler asks a question for the entire panel. What Disney location will have the best chicken in the coming year?
Cosmic Gray Starlight Cafe.
What would be a good location for Hey from Moana? Hmm. The chicken question is a big hit.
Oh boy. That is a hard question, Tyler, and it depends on how you refine chicken. Like, are we talking like the food chicken, or are we referring to the actual animal, the chicken? If maybe Tyler, if you can maybe rephrase that. Let's see. David T says Disney Cruise Line has a brand new ship going to Tokyo. It will be operated by the same group running Tokyo Disneyland.
Hmm.
And then Scuttlebutt is that DCL is changing the contract for the adventure in Singapore from 5 years to 3 years, David T also says. And then Lawrence also says there is a rumor reporting out of New York, although that is probably just limited engagement as well. So, all right. So let's continue on with our predictions here. Let's find out what Disney with Matthew has to say with all the parks. And so starting off with Disneyland once again. So Matthew, take it away.
All right, my prediction for Disneyland will probably be a third park. So that's just been a rumor for years to come. So I'm thinking for tomorrow, if they do announce a Disneyland third gate, that will be an awesome announcement if they do that. So just my predict, and I'm thinking like what they're gonna name all these attractions, all the shows, and hopefully a third Epcot. Actually the second Epcot actually, but the second Epcot could be like Spaceship Earth, an example, and Test Track and all those good stuff. So that's just my predict right there.
Very nice. Nick or John, you guys can feel free to chime in. What are your thoughts on maybe a third gate coming to the Disneyland Resort?
I mean, with Disneyland Forward happening, I see it coming in the future. I don't think we're gonna get an announcement tomorrow on anything. But I'd love to see Westcott, which is which was what was going to be there prior to Disney's California Adventure. I'd love to see that that idea be brought back up and brought to fruition.
My big question will be: you have such a limited space on that property. How would this work? Would you reclaim something else in order to facilitate that? I mean, over here in Walt Disney World, we can just talk about the land itself and redistributing, where everything is placed. Over there in Disneyland, you're kind of restricted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think. Go ahead.
I would say that there has been some rumors for the past, ever since it was announced actually, that the third gate would possibly be like a boardwalk style, kind of like what you guys have in Florida, with residential, like hotels, like a Disney Springs style uh, infrastructure in the Toy Story parking lot. That's what I've been hearing for the longest time. If they were to do a third gate over at the Toy Story parking lot, I would say that definitely it may happen as well. But you never know. This is kind of, again, a rumor that has been happening. Go ahead, Nick. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, no, I was going to say pretty much what you were saying. You know, yeah, we had Westcott that was floated around prior to DCA being built, but with the constraints over there, even with all the land that they are purchasing and redeveloping out there, um, is it large enough for a full-fledged park? No, but I do see, but it could be something along the lines of like a boardwalk style.
Yeah.
Turn of the century, Atlantic City style attraction type place.
Absolutely. Let's see. Catching up with the chat here. So Tyler mentions from the previous question. He says, "Okay, inside baseball. I was looking for pictures of the Buffalo Lip Rings at Rick's Bar, excuse me, and Grill at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. And every picture had a different kind of wing. Some were breaded, some were not breaded and baked, some were fried, but unbreaded, all saying chicken wings from Rick's Bar and Grill at Coronado Springs." That's what he meant.
Yeah.
And we got TCCK Live. Welcome in. He says hello. Welcome in, TC. Great to see you as always. David T says DCL's new ship schedule is now Disney Believe coming in 2027. Then in 2029, Disneyland Ship 11 or DCL Cruise Line Ship 11, and the OLC Tokyo Ship. Then in late 2029, DCL Ship 12 to be followed by DCL Ship 13 in late 2030.
Wow,
That's
a
what
ship a
David T
year.
says.
That's aggressive. A ship a year.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, this is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, Matthew, what are your predictions for Disney World now as we continue on?
Okay, my this is the newest my prediction for tomorrow has to be the Greece Pavilion. This has been a rumor for quite some time, for like 20 years or something, and it's been rumored. And I would like to see around the pavilion, as it could be like the architecture like style as like the actual Greece in their country. So I'd like to check it out. And maybe they can add a Hercules attraction, a dark ride in the Cruise Pavilion. So that's just my thought and my prediction for the Hercules attraction for a dark ride. And I love to see like more of the sculptures, from Greece, and eat a lot of Greek food, for Food and Wine Festival.
Very nice.
And also, Journey into Imagination. I have to already mentioned about this, and an abandoned pavilion. I'm gonna have to ask is what Nick said in the beginning of the stream, like about Wonders of Life. Which was going to be formerly to the Play Pavilion, but nothing has been announced. So hopefully they have to do something with the Play Pavilion. They got to do it and see what they're going to put next with the Play, or something next, next replacement for the Play Pavilion. So, and my thoughts. And an abandoned is thinking about abandoned is that island that used to be a water park that was abandoned, and it closed in 2001. And I'm thinking they could put a new section, like probably a new Disney resort or a new water park area. So I'm thinking they could put. They could put a new water park area in that little Discovery Island.
Very nice. So before we move on, I wanted to catch up with the chat here. So David T says 3 ships in 2029. Kimberly says, I would love to have a Greece pavilion in Epcot. Maybe a Hercules ride and some delicious Greek food. Absolutely. Let's see. Dino Kanga, welcome in. He says, we'll see you in the parks real soon. Welcome in, Dino Kanga. And then Park Bro says, Matthew, are you speaking about Discovery Island? Got a question for you.
Yeah, I was talking about that. I was mentioning about that.
And then Tyler Broody says, a new water park would be awesome, Matthew, as well. So that would be nice. All right. So, John, Nick, what are your thoughts on Matthew's predictions for Disney World?
Go ahead, John.
Greece Pavilion would be fantastic. Breathe some new life into the World Showcase, and it's a perfect aesthetic fit for the World Showcase. And Greek food. Who's going to turn down Greek food?
I'm sure none of us will.
The Wonders of Life Pavilion replacement. Wasn't there some structural problems with that pavilion? If I remember correctly, I'm drawing a blank right now.
They redid. There was some issues with the roof, but they worked on all that as right before they announced the Play Pavilion.
Okay, yeah. Well, then, yeah, that's sitting there. Do something with it. And new lands, additional space, and more information about the new lands that was previously announced. I mentioned how restricted Disneyland is with what they can expand to. Disney World surprisingly has some very, very unique restrictions as well, as far as expanding to new lands and new theme parks. I hope I get to talk about that later. I know we're running kind of late. So maybe I can address that later.
Sure you can, John. We'll talk about it later. We can talk about it later too, John.
I mean, I'd love to see a new pavilion. Greece has been floated around. Brazil was the most recent rumored one, and we all thought that was going to happen in 24 when they 24 when they announced it. When they were because shortly after that they had a D23 event in Brazil, so that's where the rumors on that came through. For those of us who are old enough, uh, during the Millennium Celebration, we had the Millennium Village, which had 30 countries in there. The pavilion, the building is still there. It's just, when you're walking through between Canada and the United Kingdom, uh, behind some doors, it's used for conventions right now. But they had Greece, they had Spain, they had countries all over the world that were in there, and I think that was a test run for bringing new countries into World Showcase. Um, it's just hard to do because you have to get the governments involved and all that stuff to get those going. But yeah, I would love to see a new pavilion. Greece, yes, definitely, because like everyone said, who doesn't love Greek food? Um, and then Wonders of Life, something's got to be done with that. It is just an eyesore right there. I mean, with it being in that neighborhood, it was you can do so many things with it. Um, and then just some of the abandoned pavilions. Discovery Island shut down in 2000 because everything was moved over to Animal Kingdom. So I don't think they're going to do anything with that one, just because the nature has taken it over again. Hell, think of it as Disney's own version of Jurassic Park. You got the people that go over there and they do their Urban Explorer, which I love watching those videos, but it's just stupid that they do that. But I think that area is just so far gone that they cannot get it back up.
Right.
It's me, David T. Grease is the word. It's got groove. It's got feeling.
Yeah, and I just wanted to share this screen real quick and try to figure out what where should they put it?
The only place that I know they can put it is where the African Outpost is right now, right across from the drawbridge, going back to the marina.
Okay. Let's see. So I would say they would easily put it near the Germany Pavilion, would say. Because as you can kind of see, there's a little space here between the Germany and the China Pavilion. So maybe that they could possibly bring something here. But or even, well, kind of might be a little tiny spot between United Kingdom and Canada. But I would say definitely between the Germany and Norway pavilion is what I think, what I picture. How about you guys? What are your thoughts on a Greece pavilion here in this general spot next to the refreshment outpost?
As long as they don't take away my refreshment outpost from my Dole Whips.
You just have to go to Sunshine Tree Terrace over at Magic Kingdom, John.
I got to travel?
Yes. for the original
Yes.
Dole Whip, yes, you have to travel.
Yeah, if they can chop that in half, they could squeeze a new pavilion in there. It would be tight. I'm not sure how many attractions you could put in there. If I'm looking at this correctly.
I would only say that you would need about one. Or just put some like some Greek restaurants and a shopping center, and there you have it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If you're talking about any considerably sized show building, you'd have to take away from the shopping, which generates a lot of capital for Disney. I'm not sure they'd like squeezing out the merchants, the merchant shops. Just a thought.
And then Felix Gomez, I wanted to show this here. He says that I always wanted a Spain pavilion at Epcot too, but it never worked out in the past. But yeah, I love me some panela, my fave Spanish dish. Oh well, that would be pretty cool too, Felix. Of having a Spain pavilion. So. What are your guys' thoughts on a Spain pavilion, guys?
I don't want to say redundant. Redundant is the wrong word, but it would compete with the Mexico pavilion a little bit too much. I'm thinking we would need something like Greece or some other rich cultural country that is a little bit separate.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking gingerly on that take.
Let's see. Lawrence says you have room for a full-size pavilion where the outpost is. That was supposed to be Equestrial Africa, so the space is still there.
Yeah, the Equatorial Africa Pavilion, that's died and rebirthed like 4 times. Them trying to squeeze that in there. I think if I'm remembering correctly, it was one of the original that were supposed to be in there in the World Showcase. Matthew?
Absolutely. I was going to say, if they do Africa, that would be absolutely fantastic. But it's too tight on the agenda right there. So I absolutely agree. Corn dog.
Yes. And then David T says, Tyler says that there's 5.5 pads already in Epcot available for country expansion. So there is space. It's just that might need to move some things around to have it as a full, complete circle. Kimberly says, I would like to see a Caribbean country added, maybe Jamaica. I love Caribbean food. That would be also good too, Kimberly.
That's an outstanding idea.
All right,
Theme it to Carnival.
Sorry, what was that, Nick?
If you're going to go Caribbean, theme it to Carnival.
That could be something. Kimberly also says with a bobsled ride in Jamaica. Ooh.
Cool run-ins.
All right, let's move on with some international parks rumors and speculation. So, Matthew, what you got?
For the cruise ship line, I'm excited for the next year's cruise ship, and I wanted to go on a Disney Cruise Line for quite some time. It's been like 10 years or something, 10 to 15 years. I'm thinking that this is going to be an absolute fantastic experience for the new cruise line. I'd like to ride that new coaster. The coaster of the on the cruise line. So that's just my honest thoughts on my opinion right there.
Very nice. Let's see. Carmberly says Carnival would be fun. David T says Jamaican jerk chicken. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Right about now. So, what are your thoughts? I know we kind of talked about this earlier, but any new thoughts on a new ship coming for the Disney's cruise line?
Other than what we've discussed, I don't think there's anything else that we can even think of. I mean, 5 new ships over the next 5 years, next 4 new ships over the next 4 years. We're just waiting to see what happens with them, where they want to go.
Right, and if they have any special new feature, like water slides or any type of dining, themed dining, that's always fun.
Yeah. And my thoughts, as well as everybody else just mentioned, I'm looking forward to the 2 or the 3 new ships coming. Those will definitely be announced tomorrow, along with the new announcement of the Believe. So definitely, for sure. Park Rose says that he's going to a Caribbean Day Parade tomorrow. Very nice. Have fun, Lawrence. Have a great time. All right. So now for the grand finale, my predictions for the parks. I'm sure you guys have been waiting all stream for my predictions. So here we go, guys. So, starting off with Disneyland. Oh boy, we got a long list of Disneyland predictions. So my predictions for Disneyland are possibly getting a new parade and fireworks show at Disneyland. Now, I know that Wondrous Journeys will be ending in just a couple days, along with Paint the Night. But I do believe there are some rumors that we might be getting a new parade or fireworks coming next spring to Disneyland. If not, then for the 55th year, Main Street Electrical Parade once again returns to its original park for its 55th year. I love that parade. It's always that, that amazing tune, Baroque Hoedown. I mean, it gets you in the feels. And then the next thing is Magic Happens returning. Now, for Magic Happens, when it first debuted in 2020, it only got like a 2 to 3 week rundown or run time. And then supposedly on March 11th, I believe, it had its last performance due to the pandemic. And then it returned again for the 2023 100 Years of Wonder celebration with the Walt Disney Company. So maybe there is a chance that Magic Happens may return with some new floats, possibly. At least it's a fan favorite, and it's you know, um, and then like I said, like we said, with all of your guys' predictions, Avengers Campus, Avatar, and Coco updates. We'll definitely see what happens with that come tomorrow. We might be hearing in some possible time frames, perhaps, or just some new updates coming back and soon. I've been hearing rumors, or rather, I saw in a couple posts that we will be having Hector, uh, Miguel's real father, uh, or grandfather per se, as a statue in the queue
Mhm.
for the Coco ride. So
I saw that.
we might be getting some new looks at that. Zootopia, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about that coming to DCA. Uh, and even we talked about it on our last D23 construction project or podcast as well. So I'm starting to believe that rumor might be true. Um, and then something that nobody keeps talking about is it has been some time since the original World of Color was in DCA, and I hope and pray that there is no new World of Color like that darn World of Color happiness that everybody keeps talking about, and it is kind of on the fence. But I do hope that original World of Color might be coming back. The next prediction I have is Autopia. We've been hearing rumors for a while now that that Autopia will be getting new electric in 2027. Even the OC Register reported about it, so maybe get some new details about that. Maybe an overhaul retheme, perhaps, of the Autopia. And then, of course, what everybody's been wanting for years now, a new Tomorrowland. We definitely need a new Tomorrowland, a new refreshed Tomorrowland. It's been sitting there for years now. Um, and especially that construction wall near the Astro Orbiter facing Buzz side, that's been for ages now. And there was a concept art featuring like two new plants, and so far that has not been moved. So maybe we might be. It's just a wild card for New Tomorrowland. But then I do hope that we get some new live entertainment, and make it really clear that we need a show at the Hyperion Theater. It's been over 3 years since Rogers the Musical ended its last performance over at the Hyperion, and so far nothing has been announced for a new show at the Hyperion, because otherwise it's just going to be, otherwise it's just uh, unused, and nothing has been done with it. So I do hope that we get a new show at the Hyperion, and then of course live entertainment, meaning maybe a new show at the Golden Horseshoe. Uh, you know, maybe get some new things back into the parks as well. So those are my predictions for Disneyland. I know it's a very long list. Going over to Disney World. Here are my predictions for Disney World. New Villains Land, Monsters Inc., and Tropical America's information. We've all talked about that. Space Mountain Retheme, of course, as we mentioned it as well. Here's my wild card. I've been hearing rumors for a long time now that what if Muppet Vision returns but is replaced with the Villains show? And it would be perfect sense to include it with the new not the Guardians, but the coaster, the Muppet coaster, over in Hollywood Studios, and then a new Figment attraction and character. We also talked about that as well, and then I know we've talked about this on some previous streams ago. I believe last Friday, when we were waiting on Casey Jr. That I believe it was you, Matthew, that brought up if there's any info on the 55th anniversary for Walt Disney World. Are they even doing a celebration for the 55th anniversary of Disney World this October? So those are my predictions for Walt Disney World. For international parks, again, Space Mountain and Wreck-It Ralph. Would like to hear some new updates on that. With one thing that we did not mention was the new shopping area and the 2 hotels coming to Shanghai. Information on the Believe cruise ship sailing next spring. And then again, the possible announcements on the Disney Cruise Line, and then updates on Abu Dhabi. So what are your guys' thoughts on my predictions? Let me go back to Disneyland. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, with Autopia going electric, I'm all for that. But walking through Tomorrowland, let it be Autopia or the Tomorrowland Speedway, it's that gas smell. That's just iconic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that sets the mood right there. I mean, but I understand why they want to go that route because Honda just re-signed a new contract with them, so they're going to be footing the bill for it. So, it's just losing that smell. I don't know. That's just that's almost like walking past the confectionery on Main Street, and you just hit that sugar smell. It's just iconic.
Right.
Yeah, it would. It's so nostalgic that if they took it away, it wouldn't feel like Tomorrowland anymore because it's become ingrained. The sound too, not just the smell. Hearing those jackhammers as you walk by, it's incredible. It's Tomorrowland. It is. But the electric cars, I think they do need to do it. It's like I said with Tom Sawyer Island. It's the right decision to replace these cars because of what is coming in the future. I can remember as a kid sitting in those Tomorrowland Speedway cars, waiting to get off after the ride was over. And I'm sitting there going, look at all the pretty colors. So it does need to go. It's a shame, but yeah, it does need to be updated to the new electric. Maybe they can pump in the sound and the smell like they do on Main Street.
Let's see. Nick, what are your thoughts on my predictions for Disneyland?
I mean, Main Street Electrical Parade, it belongs at Disneyland. I like the last time I was at Disneyland was 30 years ago. So anything that's new, anything that's coming new or has been built in the last 30 years is going to be brand new to me. So I mean, I'd love to see the updates on it. It is such an iconic park. It is the OG on everything. But yeah, bring back the live entertainment stuff. Bring back the street spheres, the street performers. That's one thing that's missing from all the parks coming back from COVID is the live entertainment. World's starting to get theirs back with the citizens of Hollywood over the studios. But yeah, I mean, just bringing them back that just makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. Matthew, anything you want to add before heading to Walt Disney World for that predictions?
If they do change the to electric for Autopia for Disneyland, like I will miss the smell of the OG Autopia. Like is like similar to Tomorrowland Speedway at Magic Kingdom. So like I wish they would have kept those if they do announce that, and it will be really sad if they do take out the smell of the Tomorrowland of the Autopia cars, and obviously bring back World of Color, the OG, of course, because I know everybody's been talking about the new one, the watercolor something something. I just forgot about that. And then Zootopia, I'm thinking maybe it will be possible if they do a 50-50 if they do announce a Zootopia land in California Adventures. So I'm thinking it will be a good prediction for Zootopia and Autotopia and then the OG World of Color back.
Absolutely.
Because Zootopia is just white hot right now. Yeah.
Catching up with chat here as far as Disneyland goes. Let's see. We got Pumpkin Glow in the house. Welcome in. He says, "Hello, Pirate. What's up, man? Good to see you in here, Pirate. Pumpkin Glow. Hope you're still here." Felix is saying good night. Night, AVP, Matthew, Patrick, and all. Thanks for a pleasure. Until next time, Dream Disney. See you tomorrow, Felix, if you're still here, hopefully. Let's see. Tyler says, I've been on the edge of my seat for the APP predictions. I know. Let's see. And then Kimberly says, I think you're probably right on the fireworks, but I hope not. I love Wondrous. Me too, Kimberly. As much as I would hate to see Wondrous Journeys leave, I hope that some old fireworks may return, or even a new one as well. David T says, thing is, a bunch of these new ships coming to DCL are going to be a brand new build / class. Word is that they will be larger than the Dream class, but smaller than the Wish class. Very interesting, David. Kimberly says, I hope Magic Happens comes back. Yep. I mean, absolutely. Kimberly also says, OG World of Color is my favorite. Absolutely. Patrick brings up an interesting comment. Being that Starlight Dream the Night Away has become successful at Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World, it would be awesome for a new nighttime parade would come to fruition, like Paint the Night, for example. Very nice, Patrick. And then AVP, does the new Tomorrowland include or demolish the People Mover? I would say that they would demolish it. And even if they were to bring back the People Mover, I would say that it would, like I said in the earlier in the stream, that they would maybe make it even better, or like an upgraded version of the People Mover. All right. So let's continue onward with Disney World. What are your guys' thoughts on my predictions for Walt Disney World?
I mean, even when Villains came online, I always figured it was just a test run to see what kind of engagement can be done for Villains Land, and then creating that entire area of the park. Now that the Muppets have taken over Rock and Roller Coaster, move, redo and bring another iteration of Muppet Vision to that theater, and just make that a Muppets themed, another Muppets Miniland again. Um, that was rumored day one. 55th anniversary for Disney World, for Magic Kingdom. We kind of got messed up with the 50th because it was during COVID, unfortunately. So we are due a redo on that one. But you also have to remember we also have the 45th of Epcot next year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to get something? Are we going to get a new offering for Epcot? I have heard that we're going to have a nighttime parade at Epcot. There used to be one, a long time ago, with the Tapestry of Nations and the Tapestry of Dreams parade going back to the mid 2000s, which was always great. But are we going to get something for the 45th next year for Epcot? That's my big thing.
Right.
Yeah, I also
And
haven't
then,
heard anything about the 55th anniversary. You'd think we'd hear something by now if they had plans for it.
well, they usually announce it during D23 anyways. Because, I mean, that's what I remember from when they announced the Disneyland 70th, is because they announced it at D23 2 years ago, and then they would have uh, then they would have the extra details like on a Disney Parks blog about this 55th anniversary as more details evolve into this actual start of the celebration on supposedly October 1st. So,
Okay. And as far as the Muppet Show, the Muppet Vision show, it is beloved. When they closed it down, there was such an uproar, and everybody's clamoring to have it either brought back or moved into another part of the complex. Uh, they're usually hesitant upon bringing things back. So Muppet Vision might be gone forever. At least that's my take. I don't think we're going to see Muppet Vision come back, and if they do bring it back, it'd have to be in a brand new iteration, like you said.
right. So actually, before we move on, I just wanted to quickly mention David T is going to bed. He says, "Folks, I needed to call it a night here. Thanks for the info. Sorry to be cutting it a little short. You won't be seeing any chats as much coming up as hot season is fast upon us. No worries, David. I hope you have a great night and a great haunt season, because I know it's coming up soon. Halloween starts next week over here, too. So have a great night, David, and have a great haunt season." Kimberly says, "I wonder if they do a new version of Muppet Vision. I love the old one, but it was a little dated." I was thinking that same thing, too.
Good night, David.
Alrighty, guys. Um, And then last but not least, the international parks. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we covered the cruise ships. There was a lot more ships coming than I thought. 5 ships over 5 years. That's really aggressive. So I'm surprised about that. I learned about that tonight. I had no idea that they had that many ships that fast coming out. Really aggressive, really ambitious.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, it's are we gonna have the same thing that we did with the Adventure, where it was a ship that was being built and then Disney purchased it and retrofitted it out, or are they building it from ground up? Because I think 5 ships, 5 years, that's a lot of building, and that's a strict time frame on what can come through.
Yeah, and it's also got to impact the actual market. Does the market have a carry capacity for that many ships that fast?
I mean, from what I'm seeing on other cruise line carriers, yeah, I mean, ships are filling up. So the market's there. It's just like you said, is it going to be where it's is the capacity going to be there for when it comes through, when everything's up and running, or are we going to be seeing hefty discounts come to get people on the ships?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Matthew, what are your thoughts?
Honestly, I have no options on on the cruise ship, but I do agree with Nick and John here. So if they do, if not what they do, but if they make they're aggressive, like making these new cruise ships, and I was impressed by this. What David T said. So I'm thinking it's going to be a good time when the Tokyo version and this new upcoming the new upcoming cruise line that's coming in next year in the spring. So definitely looking forward to it. So I'm going to save up that money for the cruise ship.
Absolutely. Let's see. So now it is time for the chat's turn. We have been talking all night about our D23 Parks panel predictions. Feel free to put in the chat what predictions you have for Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, international parks.
Yeah,
So,
Park Bros. Yeah, like I said, Zootopia right now is white
breaking
hot.
news, guys. We got Zootopia 3. Which actually, let's go ahead and showcase what happened at the entertainment showcase.
Please do, because I'd like to check it out.
Let's see. Alrighty, guys. So, all right.
Yeah, I heard
so
rumblings about that too.
Starting off with Frozen 3. Let's talk about. Let's hear some news about it. Take it away, Josh God.
Ooh, Samantha, you're the answer to whatever is wrong. I love how you look, I love how you skate. I'll give you my heart, I'll give you my hand. I'm all in, let us spin till we don't understand where I end or begin. I am yours, thick or thin, and I whisper very sweetly. Ooh, Samantha, you complete me.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so it looks like that in Frozen 3, we have a love and interest for Olaf. Her name is Samantha. How fitting is that? From a reference from Frozen 2, from now getting Samantha as a actual character in Frozen 3. So what are your thoughts about that?
Hmm.
And I think that was a new song, too. We just heard a little love song to
I don't know,
Samantha.
does this kind of have the feel of adding Scrappy Doo to Scooby Doo?
I hope not. That was the downfall of Scooby Doo.
I mean, it was cute. I mean, it was cute. It was funny. But Josh is always funny, so yeah.
Let's see. Tyler says, I could melt. LOL. All right. And then we also got Hext. Moving on. Got some news about Hext. We have Jodie Foster will be joining the cast of Hext this November. What are your thoughts about that?
I haven't even heard about Hext. I have no idea.
Have a great night, Kimberly. She says, I'm calling it a night. Good night, everyone. Good night, Kimberly. But Hext is a movie about witches. It's about Billy going to this magical world. And it comes out this November, so.
Okay.
So I think the day before Thanksgiving it comes out.
November 25th, it comes out.
Let's see. Ooh. Got a new, sorry if I'm a little moving too fast. We got a new original film coming out in 2028. It's called Clay. And we have our first snippet of what is going to be appearing. We got this little girl here with her little, what it looks like to be like a weird sidekick. And it looks like a magical forest with like a purple tail thing. So, what are your thoughts about? What are your guys' thoughts about Clay?
This is another one I'll have to look into further. It's kind of got a Candyland vibe going on. Like what's growing up in the trees up on the upper left-hand side?
Looks like a tentacle.
Yeah, I'll have to look into this a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I think. Sorry, I was gonna say something. I didn't mean to cut you off, Amusement. But I
No
think
worries.
this looks like a Candyland, like what John said, but I think it looks very interesting as a sidekick. And my opinion on that, it looks very interesting, and I'll look more into it like in 2027 and through early 2020 before they release it in theaters.
Let's see. Tyler says Clay looks like a video game. Kind of does, actually. And then, like what Lawrence is saying, to continue on really quick, Zootopia 3 has been confirmed, guys. We knew it all along from the ending of Zootopia 2, but now we are getting Zootopia 3. So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, the first one was good. Second one was the better one. I can't wait to see what they do with the third one.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
I think I haven't seen the second one. I only seen the first one, so I have maybe no opinions on the third one just yet. So just saying. So I'm just using my example. If I get the chance to see the second one on Disney Plus, whatever I have time to watch it.
Absolutely. I'm excited as well. And then we also got an early look at Star Wars Starfighter. Got a nice view with the sun in the center, or the suns rather, and what it looks like a planet city. Let's see. Looks like they announced something for Ashoka 2, the new season of Ashoka. Adam Driver fans, he is portraying Mr. Sinister in the new X movie for Marvel. What are your guys' thoughts about that?
That was a big announcement. I know that we're coming out of a really, really rough spot with Marvel with their multiverse saga. And so they understand that they really need to get the audience back on board in whatever comes next after Doomsday and I'm drawing a blank. I want to say Battle World, Secret Wars. Yeah, they know they have to do something super special. Bringing in Adam Driver brings in your star power, and he's a good actor. For Mr. Sinister, I think he's really, really perfect. I mean, naturally he's already got that kind of vibe. So I think this is a good announcement. Very exciting. Looking forward to what Marvel has coming up.
I agree. And then X-Men comes out May 5th, 2028. So another 2.5 years. Oh, we got a new trailer for Doomsday, guys. Share the stream, tell a friend, the debut of a brand new Doomsday trailer. Enjoy, guys.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room. He used to be different. He used to be kind, he used to be caring. And then Everything he loved was taken from him. I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Victor, did you do this? All of you have lived stolen lives. But now you must give them back. Answer me, Victor! Did you do this? I swear, you will beg for a hell long before I grant it. Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
Alrighty, guys. What are your thoughts on the new Doomsday trailer? And we got Romo. Welcome in, Romo. Good to see you.
I'm super excited for Doomsday. Been waiting for Doomsday to come into the MCU for so long. Everybody's been clamoring for him to join. But I know that the Secret Wars storyline in the comics is so complex and so it's crazy. It's going left and right. I knew they were going to have to do something more streamlined when they brought this story arc to the movies. And so I'm really excited to see what they do. It's going to be unique. I think they're going to stray away from the comics a lot more than usual in this two-part series, Doomsday and then Secret Wars. Super excited.
Nick,
Yeah,
what
I
are your thoughts?
agree. I mean, it's, I'm just going to say take my money.
Absolutely. And having the Russos coming back to direct this after miss after miss after miss after Endgame, they brought the Russo brothers back because they had to get back on track. So that does a lot to bring the fans back in and give them a little bit of trust back.
Absolutely. Continuing on, we also have a new trailer for Vision Quest. So here we go, guys. Once again, share the stream, tell a friend, the world premiere of Vision Quest.
Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
I was a different person back then.
How about now? Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No. Home is just me.
It's like I'm losing my
Who am I? I was an Avenger, but I'm not a hero anymore. I have his face, but not his virtue. All I have is his name.
Welcome home, Vision.
This house is getting crowded, Vision. Ultron! Human avatars only.
Sir, I cannot overstate the dangers of keeping him around.
Yes, but he is a...
Dad? Papa? Peepaw?
I'm a stranger to myself. That family wasn't real. You sure about that?
I had a father, a machine called Vision.
Muzzle tough. It's a boy. How is this possible? Free us all.
and save your son. I wish to understand my purpose.
With a genocidal maniac inside your head.
Nothing bonds a family together quite like mortal jeopardy.
All right. So that was Vision Quest. Let's see. Continuing on. Well, we got some Tangled news. Looks like we got a look at Catherine Hahn as Mother Gothel. And we have a new look at the logo for the live-action Tangled. What do you guys think?
We've had such a bad run of live-action adaptations of animated greatness lately. I really have to temper. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on the fence on these live action remakes. I mean, Lilo and Stitch was probably by far the better one, and they did just announce that Lilo and Stitch 2 is being made for live action. But I think we need to stop doing live action movies remakes of the animated classics.
I wouldn't mind if they took some of these animated properties and made a unique storyline in live action. That might actually be workable. But I went to go see Moana, and it was the same exact movie, beat for beat, line for line, of the animated version, which, no.
Let's see. Lauren says the crowd went crazy when Mother Gothel's scene appeared. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see.
Oswald.
Nope. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Looks like we got a look at the Oswald series. It says the Oswald series releases on Disney Plus February 2027. So a little over a couple months.
Wow. That's a unique take, using modern day CGI for such a classic black and white character. That's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. Nick, Matthew, any thoughts?
I'll let go Nick first.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, like John said, using CGI on such a classic character in the Disney library, I can't wait to see what they bring up with it.
My thoughts, the CGI is fantastic. It looks phenomenal. The graphics with Oswald, bringing back the classic white and black, it looks phenomenal. And looking in Walt's office is just pretty good graphic design right there.
Very nice. And then, really quickly, from Tyler, he says, did you see the 3-hour line of Disney products based off Walt's personal effects? No, I did not.
Wow.
That is crazy, Tyler. All right. Let's see. So we got the some Greatest Showman. Got an aerial of full effect. Looks like they are announcing. Oh, that's right, the musical Greatest Showman. Looks like they dropped some stuff. Oh, damn, here's another trailer. Calling all Bluey fans. Here we go. The Bluey movie. Enjoy, guys.
I'll get it. Good one, Bingo. Thanks, Louie. Don't let it touch the ground. Oh no. Run!
Alrighty, guys, that was the first look at the Bluey movie coming August 6th, 2027. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, Bluey's is so iconic right now. It is blowing up. Families with young kids. It's probably one of their. I mean, Riley used to watch it all the time when she was a few years younger. So if you have a small child in the family, this is perfect.
All my kids were grown before Bluey really blew up. So I never really followed Bluey all that much. I didn't even know that there was a Bluey show. There's a Bluey show in where, Epcot?
There's one in Disneyland, and then there's recently one in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I didn't even know because I just don't follow Bluey that much. But because, like I said, my kids were all teenagers and in their 20s by the time that Bluey really started gaining traction.
Absolutely. And they look good, by the way. Let's see. We got season 3 of Percy and the Olympians. We have Rami and Michelle 2 coming out. This is the logo. Oh, damn. Lilo and Stitch news. Angel coming for Lilo and Stitch 2. Coming summer of 2028. So Angel will be a part of that. We have Pixar's Ghost Market. Kingdom Hearts, the series. What?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to right there.
Let's see. So Scott Gustin says, developed with Tsuna Nomura and Square Enix, the series will tell a brand new story set within the Kingdom Hearts universe.
Yeah.
And it's coming soon to Disney Channel and Disney Plus.
Wow.
Kind of our first look at
I haven't heard of this. Oh, I'm there.
That just means you gotta buy the Nintendo Switch 2, John, so you can get Kingdom Hearts 4.
I got to go upstairs and grab my Keyblade and bring it out here. Oh, wow. Thank you.
And I mean, I'm sure the whole set, and I'm sure the entire stadium just erupted during that as well. Not just when Mother got home appeared, but oh my gosh, even better. Coco is coming to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, gameplay for Kingdom Hearts 4.
And Ernesto will return as well.
I can't wait.
I'm
Oh, wait,
literally in
never
shock
mind.
right now.
We got Coco 2, guys. This is the first look at Coco 2. Ernesto will be returning in Coco 2. That's even better news. And then we have another look at Miguel in Coco
Oh
2
my
as well.
goodness. It's like a teenager. Wow.
And it looks like... and Hathaway made an appearance. And then Josh D'Amaro opened the Experiences title by thanking the fans. He said, "Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your fandom." And then once a couple of more things, um, they did a tribute to Porch Potato Frank, which is the guy pictured here on the left. If you guys have not heard the news that Frank, he was often called the mayor of Main Street. He is a huge Dodger fan. He died recently, and what a great way to pay him tribute than this. So this was very special. If you're a longtime Disneyland fan, I personally knew Frank. We used to say hi to him when we went down Main Street. So I'm glad that he got his moment. And then Kike Kwan and Jennifer Goodwin welcome Josh to D23. And then there was a dance party with Dancing with the Stars as the opener to the D23 showcase. Alrighty, friends. So that was mostly it for the Disney Parks panel. Oh.
Well, let me just thank you real fast, Pirates, Matthew, Nick. This was a lot of fun. I actually learned a lot too. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us on tonight, guys. It means a lot to us to make sure we bring the magic to you guys any way we can. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, LinkedIn. If you have a link, if you do LinkedIn. Also want to say that we are running a special right now, where if you book using the link in the description or in the chat that's been dropped, and you book your next vacation between now and I think the 18th. So as long as we have a deposit due by the 18th, you can get up to a $200 Disney gift card on any of your on your next vacation. So a little way to say thank you to APP, helping him get his stuff squared away, and then of course him helping us get everything out to everyone as well.
And also our family in chat, Tyler Brundy, Romo. Thank you guys for hanging out super late with us. We appreciate that. APP, I think you are muted, sir. So this is the part of the show where we hear Matthew sing. Go ahead, Matthew.
I'm not a great singer, though.
We planned this out. APP was going to go silent so you could sing us a song.
You can sing us out, Matt.
Okay. I'm like really shy and nervous to sing in front of the audience, but I'll give it a shot. Okay, let me calm down my nervous.
I'm just kidding with you. If you don't want to sing, you don't have to sing.
Okay.
Dance.
Dance? Tyler just put one little spark.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Matthew, stand up.
Really?
And dance.
Well, I like to have my background here, so I'll try to do singing.
Okay. No singing, no dancing. Can you cook for us?
I mean,
No,
it is 2:00, so it is breakfast time.
Oh yeah, true. It's the morning. It's 1:43 in the morning.
You fell asleep 2 hours ago, didn't you, Matthew?
No, I did not sleep all day. Well, I did sleep last night, but like I need after this live, I'm gonna go straight to sleep, man.
I believe it. It is late.
Yeah.
And Diego is still muted. Come on, Matt. Aren't you his executive producer? Shouldn't you know what to do?
Yeah, of course. But I'm the guest here, so you know what I mean.
Since he's muted, I guess we can ask APP to sing.
Yes, I can whistle. I can whistle, Buzz. Here, you know what? The next one, if you become the guest of our podcast, John, I'll sing for you. Okay.
Okay. You're going to come up with something
Promise?
and practice it. And okay.
Yep.
That's a deal.
Yeah. Here, virtual handshake. The deal.
So yeah, the Kingdom Hearts thing. Oh man, that freaked me out. That actually shocked me.
I know.
When I was doing the research for this, go ahead.
They've been talking about for the longest time, and we have all the systems, but now I gotta go buy a freaking Switch 2 just to play Kingdom Hearts 4.
Man,
just spend more money. I gotcha. That's how they do it.
It's a great property. It really is.
Well, when the first one came out, my roommate and I in college, we skipped. We left class early one day, went to Best Buy to go buy it, and then beat it within like 72 hours.
Now, were you a Final Fantasy fan before you got into Kingdom Hearts?
Yes
or
and
was
no.
Kingdom Hearts your introduction?
I mean, I played Final Fantasy a little bit, but Kingdom Hearts was it.
Yeah, that was great to see that. And like I was going to say, when I was doing my research for this, I saw that they had said, where did they see it?
Am I back?
You're back.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There you go.
There was somebody from Disney.
Sorry about that,
came out and
guys.
said,
My
"Don't
phone
expect too much."
unfortunately died on me, so sorry about that, guys. But as what I was trying to say was, what are your guys' thoughts on the entertainment showcase?
A lot
While
of
it has
fun.
some good aspects
Oh wait,
on it,
actually we kind of. Sorry.
so while it had some good aspects to it, you know, I movies, games, TV shows, whatever. Bring me to the parks. That's what I'm waiting for. I'll be online tomorrow, blogging on our social media every time something gets announced. So
Right. I would say my thoughts. I try to really quickly go through everything as much as I can. Everything was sounded pretty great. It's just that again with the sequels and the live actions, hope they're good. So we shall see. But in the meantime, guys, what I was actually trying to say was, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, would you guys mind telling our viewers where they can find you and any new content to check out to our guests this evening?
I would
go
let
ahead,
John
John
go first.
or Matt.
I really have to work on relaunching Chasing Smiles TV. It's pretty bad right now, so gonna be reworking that and hopefully doing a lot more guest spots on the Disney streamers family of networks.
I mean, you can follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. Um, we also have a website that has been launched that I can drop that link on there where you can sign up for our monthly newsletter. We promise we won't spam you. And that's going to be where when things drop, I'll throw something out real quick on there, or just give different discounts and deals that are going on throughout the month for the next few months. And like I said earlier, if you're looking to book a trip, click the link that's in the description or on the in the chat. If you book before by the 18th, so by Tuesday, then you can get up to a $200 Disney gift card when you book a qualifying Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, or Alani vacation.
Very nice. John Corndog. Or did we already
You mean
do
me?
Oh yes, go ahead, Matthew. Sorry about that.
It's okay. You can follow me on you silly John Corndog. Okay, you can follow me on Instagram at MP in Orlando. YouTube is Magic with Matthew. You can subscribe, and I just did a podcast yesterday, so please check that out. I'll be doing a podcast on Tuesday, so a D23 recap. So I'm going to be editing my title and everything else I'm going to put out on Tuesday. And also follow me on Facebook and TikTok. And Facebook is Matthew Perdomo, and TikTok is MP0Basketball3. So check all of those on my social. So please check those out.
Very nice. And you can find us on these socials right here. Amusement Park Pirates on YouTube, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, not Blue Sky, but Facebook, TikTok, Twitch. We are all there by Amusement Park Pirates. And Nick, why don't you go talk about your company, Here to Travel?
We are a full-service travel agency. We specialize in Disney, Universal, cruises, you name it, we do it. We are 100% free. We do not charge a service fee to book your trip, and we're there every step of the way, from the moment you reach out to us to the moment you actually check in or check out and come back home. We're there making sure that we take all the stress out of your vacations.
Very nice. And then one last thing here, we have the Disney Streamer Network, where you can watch not just myself, but 32 other streamers live all at one time. Check it out, guys. We have formed a great and amazing community here through the DSN. Thank you, Lawrence, who was on the stream earlier, creating this network. So, and it's always, and I believe we are at 63 total channels. So check it out, guys. dsn.disneystreams.com, and that is who we are going to send you out to tonight after this live stream to watch whoever is in the parks tonight as well. So, but until the next podcast, which is tomorrow night, probably will not be a late one, but all of your predictions might be revealed tomorrow. So make sure to tune in live on Amusement Park Pirates YouTube for the parks panel reactions as well. So make sure to tune in tomorrow, and we'll see you next time. And as always, or actually, Matthew, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Alrighty, guys. So make sure to comment below what was your favorite part during the stream. Thank you again. Thank you, mods. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to our guests for staying up late with us. And as always, folks, we will see you in the parks real soon. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Pack your ears and go to a place you know. Meet you by the gate, and the magic waits. You arrive, you laugh, you cheer. Every fun thing days with